Hello, my fish fam. We're back to Legacy. And guess who's back? It's true name Nemesis. I've been playing this deck non-stop for like the last 2 weeks. So much has changed. I even have a 5-0 with this deck. I got many 4-1s, many 3-2s. I've been probably playing more Legacy now than I ever have in my life. And I have a lot of things to talk about. Now, we booted True Name Nemesis out of the main deck. Why did we do this? Because True Name Nemesis is very clunky in Game 1. Let me tell you how Game 1 works in Legacy. Let me tell you how it works. Everyone has their own plan. They're just focusing on that plan, and they're trying to win as soon as possible. And in Game 1, Daze is very good, so that we can play 2 cards per turn. Go, like, even on the draw, you go turn 1 Ether Vial, bound, like, Daze something that our opponent's trying to do. So we have not only Force of Will, but also Daze to try to interact with our opponent, which is trying to play many spells on one turn and trying to kill as soon as possible. And in a world like that, True Name is just too clunky. It's too clunky, too slow. But here's the deal. Here's the deal, people. Against attrition-based matchups like Shadow, Delver, Stoneblade, I was starting to struggle in games 2 and 3. They would start playing really slowly because they see Daze, right? So they see Daze game 1. They're like, I'm not gonna lose to Daze again. I'm gonna wait and pay the 1. So the games post board play very slow. On top of that, their plans are different. Instead of going all in to try to win the game quickly, they're actually a lot more patient. They've got more removal. They just want to beat us by beating like the best lords and then turning our Tide Shapers and Curse Catchers into garbage. So because the games play really slow and way more heavy on removal, I decided to bring True Name Nemesis back into the sideboard when the games are really slow, and True Name Nemesis isn't clunky anymore post-board. So in the certain select attrition-based matchups, I will bring True Name Nemesis back in to defeat the sideboard cards of my opponents. And also the gameplay is just really slow anyhow. So love True Name Nemesis again. Welcome back, True Name. You're gone for like a week or two. But you're back in the sideboard. I still don't believe in the sideboard. Huge fan of Daze. Daze has put in a lot of work for me. Wasteland has put in a lot of work. So I guess this is the deck now. I don't know how much it's changed since last time. We got 4 Curse Catcher, 4 Tide Shaper. 4 Tide Shaper and Wasteland are just necessary to defeat the Urza Saga decks and these stupid Soul Land decks. It's ridiculous how often, there's so many right now, it's Ancient Tomb versus Brainstorm out there, in my opinion. It's just Ancient Tomb versus Brainstorm. We have a big suite of cards to bring in versus Delver decks, like Delver Death Shadow. We got like Blue Elemental Blast, Hydro Blast, True Name Nemesis, and Dismember. You're bringing them all in those matchups. I mean, so long as they have red cards, you bring in Blue Elemental Blast. Force Negation for the combo decks. I have an insanely high win rate versus combo. I'm spell-based combo, so we're talking Reanimator, Sneak and Show or Show and Tell variants, and Storm. Against the creature-based combo decks, I don't have a lot of experience, but I've lost. So the Cephalid Breakfast nonsense and also the Painter deck, not doing well there. But hopefully, maybe the Painter deck will get a little bit better because I do have Null Rod now in the sideboard. Help me versus 8 cast decks, and I can even bring it versus some Storm decks that have a lot of artifacts in them. Artifacts there. Can't remember, there's another matchup I think I want Null Rod. 8 cast, Painter, maybe some Storm decks. I'm missing something, but Null Rod has a little bit more playability than that. I might even put a 3rd Null Rod in the sideboard because artifact decks are so popular right now. What else to say about this deck? So you have some questions. Do you pull out Daze game 2 or do they play around a card? So if the deck is really clunky, like an initiative deck, keep Daze in post board. If it is a combo deck, keep Daze post board. Against any mana efficient decks, definitely take Daze out. So you gotta, like, if their curve is really high, sometimes you can keep Daze post board, especially if they didn't see game 1. But definitely I will always keep it versus initiative decks because they have like 4 mana cost cards constantly, and they spend so many resources to blurt out a creature like Elvish Spirit Guide, Simian Spirit Guide, Lotus Petal, and then you Daze it and they're just gone. They're so doomed. So I still keep it versus combo, but the cards I'm usually taking out post board are like Daze and Curse Catcher. These are the weakest cards post board. These cards are very good game 1. Curse Capture helps facilitate a game 1 kill. but it turns very bad post-board in any non-spell-based combo matchups. Still high on the Curse Catcher? Yes. Game 1, Curse Catcher is a fine card, sometimes very good if you're up against a spell-based combo deck. Game 2, it's trash, but that's because we're siding them out, and we've got a lot of good cards to bring in post-board, so that's what I do. If you have any other questions, I've been playing this deck a lot. I still find Silvergeld up is fine. Trickster, I'm like iffy on. I don't know how much. I would like to bring more Null Rods in the sideboard. I have contemplated maybe taking out 2 Curse Catcher for like 2 Dismember. Maybe I have 2 Dismember in the main, but Dismember is sometimes just completely useless versus a lot of decks as well. What's the Delver matchup like? Very good now, and I hope I can prove it. So let's go play some matches. So here's the thing. Oh yeah, and no Chalice. I want to say, I got to make this clear. I think Chalice is unplayable. Chalice is just unplayable. It is, at best, a sideboard card, and only to be brought in the matchups where you want to play it on 0. Like, if you can't get access to Null Rod, play Chalice of the Void as a budget Null Rod, and just only play it on 0 versus, like, 8 cast and some Storm decks. That's it. That's all I can say. Chalice of the Void, like, the only playable Chalice of the Void decks these days are the ones playing Ancient Tomb and Cydia Traders, where they can play Chalice on 1, turn 1 on the play and on the draw. Chalice on 1 on the play for Merfolk, mediocre. Fine, but mediocre. Chalice on 1 on the draw, pointless, useless. You'll tempo yourself out. Your opponent's already played their 1-drops. Unplayable. I cannot stress that enough. It's just a dead card. I have been... But by the way, huge thanks to the Merfolk Discord for Legacy. You know, Pixel and Tuxdev and a lot of other people letting you know what cards they think are good for certain matchups. It's helped me significantly try to catch up to speed on, like, what cards are good and how to build my deck to the way it is right now. But I'm also posting my matches in the Discord, and none of those matchups need Chalice. None of them. I've rarely ever felt like I needed Chalice of the Void. Rarely. It's like 1 in 25 games. The way to do it, we have a lot of counter magic in the main. Curse Catcher, Hex Catcher, Daze, Force of Will, main deck, we are good. And the most important thing is these cards like Daze and Force of Will, they counter the things that matter. They counter the show and tells. All right? They counter the show and tells. They counter sneak attacks. They counter, I don't know, Past in Flames, for example. They're the most important cards. All right, let's get into a league. Legacy. Let's go! Run out of play points. Oh, no. It's okay, we have tons of ticks. Thank you very much, Mason. Yeah, freaking sneak and show. Like, things like Daze hits the cards that matter most, not the cards that don't. There's so many ways that your opponents can play around Chalice on 1. So many ways. There's too many ways.
You need better heroes, kid.
In my opinion, not
Go watch
reliable.
a Batman movie or something.
And that was the tradition for Legacy. I'm going to eat my donut. I got a delicious coconut donut. It was really useful last time, because it gave me a lot of energy. I don't realize how much, you know, blood sugar I lose. Kula Limpa! I've been playing so much Legacy that I know this person's on Mono Red Prison, 100%.
Yeah, you were looking at the results the other day.
Yeah, I know. I was looking up this person, like, hey, how... Well, I want to know what was in their deck. This hand is fine, actually. We're on the play. We get to get Ether Vial. Turn 1, we have a lot of turn 2 plays. Hopefully they just don't slam Trinisphere against me. Alright. Silvergill Adapt I'm not thrilled about because they have Fury in the deck. Okay, I would say Mono Red Prison. That's a matchup that makes me sweat. See, look at this. Look what they can do. They got rid of Blood Moon.
Donut will give you luck.
Give me luck, Donut. Please, send me your energy.
Seeing this card all over the place.
Good start for our opponent. Very good start. Okay, what do I even do here? Fury helped them out a lot. Fury has helped them. So Fury's a danger. A lot of cards are a danger. Trickster, not bad. Not great, but not bad. I guess I'll Trickster this Goblin token so I don't get more mana. Sure. I'll let them damage themselves for a little bit with this Ancient Tomb.
spooky ghost in the picture.
So this is a matchup where I could use a little bit more experience, especially with sideboarding. In a combat, we will tap this thing down. Don't fury me, bro. It looks pretty bad, to be honest. What is this for 4 mana?
Fury.
Are you gonna play Fury on me? Or are you gonna be beginning of combat? Oh, the caves. Oh, this can backfire on our opponent big time. This absolutely can backfire.
Take the initiative.
They're taking the initiative, but I also can take
wow, finally I'm seeing one of these things.
Yeah, the initiative.
No, this dungeons. How does this work?
Whenever you attack, whenever you deal damage, you go down the dungeon.
Whatever way you want.
Yeah, whatever way you want. Huh?
You get the ability.
Yeah, you get those abilities. So I've actually killed my opponent many times. I think I'm gonna keep the Tide Shaper in my hand. I don't see the benefit of playing this out. Yeah, we might need what's it called? Ooh, another Tide Shaper. Do I want to siphon my opponent on mana? Okay, so I can attack for 2, take the initiative. If they block, we'll put in a Lord. So it at least trades with this Caves of Koilos thing. They got rid of a Den of the Bugbear and a Simian Spirit Guide. I mean, they could be flooded on cards. Like, these decks are a bit unstable. They're hoping to really get you. I could play Tide Shaper, hit an island, and just take the initiative 100%. But then I'll get super hard blown out by a Fury. This is where Force of Will is awesome. It's so cool. Maybe I should just play Tide Shaper. Because why not? Well, if I hit this, they have 1, 2, 3 mana sources. You can attack, get 4th mana source. Still can't hardcast Fury. Is that even something I should even play around right now? Because so if I go Tide Shaper, attack you for 3, you go 13. I have a lot of resources to build back up if possible. But then you're going to attack me back. Where you get to go? You get to put counters on this thing. Alright, just attack for 2. Seems pathetic though. Okay, let's take a a bit of a greedy line, but aggressive line. Feels like I need to get something going here. So attack me back for what, 7, 8, 9? Whatever. Okay, now we got the initiative, buddy. Oh, sorry, they have a land in hand, so they'll definitely get to Fury mana. Oh yeah, we went 0-3 in Modern, if that's what you're curious about. Okay, there's the Fury. Oh god, is there 2 of them? They sacked a Fable of the Mirror Breaker here. Yeah, I did my, we don't have a super interactive hand, so I didn't want to play around Fury anymore. Okay, I'm assuming I'm about to lose everything.
At least you got that coconut donut.
Mm-hmm. I'm very happy with my coconut donut.
Lame.
Oh, delicious. I get counters now. I'll stick around for a little bit of legacy, I guess. Oh yes, gotta stick around for a little bit of legacy. This format, I want to say, sort of sucks. Like, I really enjoy playing this Merfolk deck. Transfer, I don't care about that. I really enjoy playing this Merfolk deck in Legacy, but the format actually just seems like a hellscape to me. I don't know why Legacy players enjoy this so much. If you want my opinion, and I'll piss off a lot of Legacy players, this card should be banned. Like 4 or 5 years ago, there were like 3 Ancient Tomb decks, and there was only 1 good one. These days, like half the format plays this card. It's ramped up speed so much. It's just become like a complete nonsense format because of that. It's just Ancient Tomb versus Brainstorm. And like I would say most of my losses from in Legacy is just people just doing some insanely fast things that you just can't compete with very well. All right, what do we got here? Well, I don't have to deal with Fury at the moment. This Reflections of Kiki Jiki looking pretty beefy. So I am going to lose 5 life soon, so that's very important. Trap means 5 life, so I'm at a virtual 8. Well, actually, I would say Legacy is very creature-based right now. I mean, these are all creatures, right? I think the fire cards would be a lot more under control if it was... I mean, like, Ancient Tomb wasn't abused so much in the past. I'm starting to think I should probably Silver Gill Adept for something. I don't know what. We'll show another Silver Gill Adept. Wasteland, great card. Needed it earlier. Right now, not looking so great. So if I tap this thing down... Like, what are you even going to do with this? Okay, let's... Did I play a land this turn? I guess I played... Did I play a land? I guess I played my land. Didn't feel like I played my land. Okay, pass Saruni.
You played an island.
I guess so.
Move history.
Well, move history is not wrong. Oh, they still have the initiative. I'm not the one with the initiative. I guess I should have stolen the initiative. Excellent card. So some cards like Wasteland help me compete against these decks because I can just Wasteland them very early, and sometimes they just don't have any more mana. I don't like playing against Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I think this is one of the harder cards to play against because, like, even if I have Wasteland, this thing will just make a lot of mana anyway. So what's going on? They're making another Trampler Haste dude. Okay. I'll just concede. The greatest part about playing Legacy is you can get through a lot of matchups really fast. Okay, on the play... Okay, no, this is one of those This is one of the matchups I'm not 100% on. Like, I haven't fully figured out this matchup yet. But I think on the draw, I want Force of Negation to deal with Trinisphere and Fable of the Mirror Breaker, because those are back-breaking cards on the draw. But on the play, I'm going to have Daze. I don't know if that's 100% the best thing I can do, but that's how I'm doing it. Okay, we're getting rid of Curse Catcher because it's weak and doesn't hit anything. We're going to bring in Blue Elemental Blast, Hydro Blast. I actually do think I'm going to bring in some True Name Nemesis. I don't think I need Silver Gill Adept. Very vulnerable to everything. So we're bringing in some Dismember, some True Name. This matchup can play out quite... I think I'm going to take out some Dazes on the play. I'm bringing all the True Names. But I'm not sold on... I'm also taking out Dazes because I have the Hydro Blasts. But I'm not sold on my sideboard plans at all. This is like a very... Like, this is one of those really bad hands. A bunch of Lords is not that good. It needs to be like Lords with a little bit of disruption, you know what I'm talking about? So I'm going to mulligan this. Like, I'll just go turn Island, go, and they're already on the play. So we're going to mull. This is better. No. Still not in love with it, but... guess we're gonna take it. A lot of the feel-bad strategies are looked down upon. F that. Winning is winning. That is true. Winning is winning. What do I do? Get rid of the True Name? True Name is still slow. It's just indestructible versus Fury. And you do need some resistance. Okay, we're definitely keeping... I think I need to be interactive, so I'll get rid of Mass of the Pearl Trident. We're just going to try to slow the game down. Hopefully I can hit, I don't know, something turn 2 with this Hex Catcher, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. There's that the Ancient Tomb again, like I was telling you about. But Ether Vial plus Daze, Ether Vial plus Wasteland is awesome. The Rabble Master. Alright. I would also say Force of Will rules in this matchup, because they can spend a lot of resources to get something out.
They named Force of Will after Will Hall.
Okay, so...
Bit of trivia for you.
They did not. This is where they are going to copy this guy, and I can't even counter it with my Hex Catcher.
And they named...
Sure, and it's only for one turn.
They named Fury after that guy who flipped the table. What was his name?
Huh? Oh,
You're gonna bounce my human?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so they're gonna make a few tokens. Oh, they have a bolt? Oh, they have dead. Okay, it's dead. So we're gonna make a bunch of tokens. More tokens. Okay, I'm gonna get hit for a good chunk of damage, but that's it! I mean, it could get worse. This is gonna turn back into an enchantment. And now I need a lot of stuff.
Francis.
Wasteland is nice, but I'm not at the moment that I can take advantage of Wasteland. Oops. I choose you. I have regrets keeping this card. I mean, maybe this is a card I can side out. No, but I have nothing else to side out. And I want to keep Silvergill Adept. Here we go. That's a sign I wanted to see. That's the sign. That's where I wanted this game to go.
He was banned in Modern.
And we're going to block a Goblin. Let's go. We do need to turn this game around, though. Okay, we're going to Wasteland probably Den of the Bugbear because it's literally a threat on the board. But it feels like we've reached the stabilize the game portion of this match. Okay, so it's a 4-turn clock. They have a sort of a 4-turn clock on the board. Because I could Blue Elemental Blast the Goblin Rabble Master. Attack before it's a 3-turn clock. I guess we're not the beatdown. Yeah, we're not the beatdown. And I don't want them to keep making another goblin every single turn. Oh, but this is like not that terrible to deal with. So they attack with all their 1/1s. I'll take 2 damage. I block 1. Man, I need that Mass of the Pearl Trident right now. Okay, I'm gonna let it live, because there's worse things that I could deal with. And then at the right moment, maybe I'll Blue Elemental Blast this thing. Like that thing. Can't target red spell, if you don't mind.
Blue Elemental Blast should be legal in Modern.
Yeah, sure, says you. Oh, that's interesting.
Is it?
Yeah, because I can block this guy.
No. Is it legal in Modern?
What's legal?
Blue Elemental Blast.
No. I wish. Holy crap, that would make things so much easier for me.
Fury gets to stay, but you get that card.
Well, this is how about the Fury players are like, no, how about you don't get Blue Elemental Blast, you get nothing.
Master Waves.
No, well, this is this is a stage of the game I don't like. This deck feels so much like a Force of Will check deck. You do pretty well if you Force of Will like their first good threat. And I guess I do nothing. Pass. We are not the beatdown. We are not the beatdown. I'm not done my donut yet.
But your donut is done with you.
Are they gonna attack with everything? If they attack with everything, I guess I will. I'm just gonna take 3 here. I would say I am far behind because my opponent's life total is too high. Like, I'm taking too much damage here. Like, I'm gonna be put in a situation soon where I'm just not even allowed to attack. Sure.
City of Traders is like $100, yeah?
Yeah, something like, I don't know, no, like 300, 200? I don't know. I don't know what it costs. Reserve list cards. Hmm.
Mr. Horton, you've done it again.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, where's this when they played Fury? This is terrible. Yeah, womp womp. But I played this matchup quite a few times. I have like a feeling of like how it's supposed to play out. I don't know, it's getting worse. They're drawing things and we're not. We're drawing more answers right now. These are the types of cards that help me like not get completely curb stomped early in the game, because they will tap out quite a bit. Like you saw with that Fury, they just slammed that thing. They went straight for the jugular. What's going on here? I think I have to double block now. Take 3, go to 2. No, that's unacceptable. It's worth noting this is not a good matchup for Chalice of the Void, so I try to keep track of like every matchup that I play against. I just don't think Chalice is well positioned whatsoever right now. My starting hands have been kind of sus. I guess that's magic. My starting hand in game 1 was great. It just was very poor against this deck. Because I had no some very sketchy interaction. Okay.
Brutal.
That's magic. That's what happens. And so, I mean, that's sort of just how a lot of my games, when I lose, go. Like, you know, my opponent just gets way ahead on the board that I couldn't really interact with, and then they just sort of run away with the game. And that's all. And there's a lot. So I have my overall win rate, even with my inexperience of the matchups, is now at 63%, which is not bad. It's not great though. So I mean, I do find that Legacy Merfolk is underrated. It is a very playable archetype. I've gotten to a point where I am now very positive versus very good players in the Delver and Death Shadow matchups. And also a lot of the combo matchups. My most fearful matchups would be a matchup like that can be like really random. I mean, I don't know if I'm favored or not. I'm leaning that I'm unfavored, because if I lose the die roll, I will be on the draw twice, and I will be like Force of Will checked in 2 games. And that's why I want to bring in those Force of Negations on the draw, because it helps me combat things like Fable the Mirror Breaker, which really run away with the game. Fable the Mirror Breaker, and sometimes Trinisphere. I've gotten crushed by Trinisphere versus the Mono Red Prison deck. They just go, turn 1 Trinisphere on the play. I can't do anything about that. And all of a sudden now my Force of Will is dead. My Ether Vial's dead. Everything's dead. Like I have 3 turns to survive. Like it's just not happening. Fable turn 1 is pretty strong. Just too many resources.
Viewership went up by 4 since you started eating the donut. Maybe we should.
I like that. You know, we're gonna eat more donuts.
We're gonna pivot this channel. That's a great name. War's Off Control. If he's not playing black and white.
I don't know. It appears that we. Says we won the die roll, but I guess they've got a companion to show or something. We're up against Death and Taxes, probably. This hand is just awkward. Oh, these hands are awkward, especially against Death and Taxes, because they're probably going to wasteland this card. I don't. Okay, do you know what? This is Legacy. Let's mulligan. This hand did not get better. Okay, I'll keep. Because going to 5 is really punishing. Get rid of maybe the Silver Gill Adept. I don't know how long this game is going to go.
2 turns.
Legacy is astounding in some aspects, especially when the game is back and forth. I find the gameplay is pretty poor overall. But I do like this deck. I do like this deck in Legacy. Alright, here we go. Alright, Mom. Ugh. Eat my Islands Field of Ruin. Ah, the turn 2 Ether Vial. Certainly beats my turn no turn Ether Vial. That is just great. Well, I'm trying to put the power on the battlefield first, and then I'll try to interact with my opponent's creatures later. Let's make our opponent always tap their Mother of Runes. The fact that Legacy is so hostile makes every win feel amazing. There's a lot, like, you'll see over this league, like, I'm gonna win a lot of games. I've, like, done a lot of winning with this deck. Over the last 2 weeks. Like, I've been playing a lot of Legacy. I feel, I don't know every single deck list inside and out. Like, I don't know every single card in this deck, but I feel pretty confident, like, if I were to go into a Legacy tournament, like, I'm not gonna be completely surprised. 2 weeks ago, like, Mono Red Prison, what is in this deck? I have no idea. And now I'm like, okay, it's got Trinisphere, it's got Fable, it's got, like, 4 Furies. I got some idea what's going on here. That makes my Force of Will more clunky. It also makes attacking into stuff awkward. But that card in itself is just bad. I could also Trickster it and then Force of Will. So I guess we're going to let you live. Thali, we're going to let you live. Let you live to see another day. Merfolk. We're just going to attack for 6. It feels like they got Swords to Plowshares. That's what they're holding up the entire time. More Lords. Do you intend to go to Legacy tournaments? Yeah, I'm going to Magicom Minneapolis. And there will be plenty of Legacy there. Well, for the record, nothing's happening to Legacy. Like, Legacy is going nowhere. Like, Legacy has such a devoted crowd of people just... You know, it's the same thing in Vintage. People just like to... They're just, like, self-jerking themselves in this format. It's like, hey, you go off, alright, I get to go off. Let's take turns going off here. That's just how Vintage and Legacy is. Okay, I guess they don't have, I don't know what to say what they have or don't have. Okay, at 2 mana, they can play that 3/1 creature that says I can't draw more than 1 card per turn. Yeah, Fair Magic, finally. And Fair Magic is the toughest magic to get through. Sanctum Prelate. Choose a number. Non-creature spells with the mana value equal to the chosen number can't be cast. So what, you don't want to hit my... I could can I Trickster that thing?
Maybe there's a layers.
Layers. Layers. Okay, I'm just gonna counter this thing. Sort of in a tempo out mood right now. Stupid mom. Tide Shaper. Make things easy here. It's not Tide Shaper. Alright. Attack.
Attack.
With everything. Then things are going to get complicated if this is that 3/1. Because I'm probably going to have to tap it down. Oh, that is not what I thought it was going to be. So we want to gang block 1 creature? I think I'd be okay with that.
You could Trickster 1 down right now and screw his plans up.
I care about Prelate in that it can double block. That much I care about. Oh, they're in survival mode. That's hardcore survival mode. Oh no, they can give it 1 pro, whatever. Sure. Okay, goodbye Thalia, and pass the turn. Hope they don't have Solitude. Oh, they do have Solitude in this deck. But we have Force of Will, which I used already. My fear is that my Force of Will might not get used, just given the fact that my opponent doesn't have to cast cards. That is so weird. So they had to have just drawn this, because otherwise they would have just played this card last turn. Batterskull. And they've been threatening. Okay, F you, Mom. You've been so annoying. So annoying. You ain't protecting shite now. Not gonna happen.
3, 2.
You want to block? You blocking. You
1.
blocking for real. So this can be a 2/2. I will swing out again. How bad can this get? What is it going to be? Flicker Wisp or something? I could have Hexcatcher. I could have anything. Okay, they do have something.
The Prelate.
Ooh, this is a very evil card. It's a very ugly one. They can wipe out my board, because they can block with Lion Sash and double block with Stoneforge and Skyclave. What? Interesting line. Okay. So they're getting Batterskull. Okay, I'll just pass. We still win if we hit Tideshaper, which is the whole point, actually. I think Tideshaper, my record versus Death and Taxes has been quite fine. In the past, like 5 or 4 years or longer ago, this matchup was awful because the only way you could win was chain a million True Name Nemesises on the board, which is just not really realistic. I mean, that was a way of winning, but it wasn't very good. At least in this case now, I can have a little bit of a beatdown plan, and then when the time comes, Tideshaper a plains into an island and actually attack for victory. We almost there.
Living on a prayer.
They have to have other cards in hand, though, right? How many, like, these stupid Skyclave apparitions do they have? They plain cycled this. They've missed land drops. Well, this is ugly. Okay, so I don't have an attack here. I don't think I have an attack. I think with Batterskull in play, just block something.
Come on, big money.
Tideshaper. It's not useful.
It's not bad, though.
This turn 2 Ether Vial is screwing me. If they didn't draw Ether Vial, probably we would have won by now. Funny enough, this Ether Vial is actually quite good, even on turn 2. At least you're not using a sword and unblockable Merfolk, but that would be ideal in this situation currently. It's also very clunky.
Get the Umazawa's GT.
Ah, here's the Flicker Wisp. Ah, to Blinky your Skyclave Apparition.
You get a token, though.
Classic Death and Taxes strategies. This calls for another donut. I want another donut.
Coconut is so gross.
Well, we're not dead, but it's not a very good spot.
Would you eat pineapple on coconut pizza?
What?
You heard me.
No block. Interesting. Flicker Wisp is on blocking duty. I think getting ready to put Yorion into their hand. Oh yeah, maybe we're screwed because of Yorion.
Blue needs more tutors.
Okay, I guess I'll upkeep Wasteland the Field of Ruin. Just forcing them to tap out a lot. This is actually a good Days matchup because they are our curve is pretty high. Oh, look at this. Okay, let's see if we can get him. Let's see if we can get him. Use it. Use it. Oh, damn it. It's being used for ways I didn't want.
What are they doing?
Putting Culture Complete in play because I didn't know. That makes sense. Oh, that's what their hand was. Okay, I had enough of this game. Damn it. I didn't get to show the days. Actually, no, I don't want to. I want that to be a secret going into games 2 and 3. All right, we want True Name Nemesis. This is a good matchup for True Name. This is a fine matchup for Dismember. Curse Catcher is terrible here. And Silver Gill Adapt is awkward. I do want Days. This is a... their deck is full of 2-drops, 3-drops, I think some 4-drops. Sometimes they play Yorion. Sometimes they're tapped out. Like, they're constantly tapped out, and then they'll play Solitude for free, and then you Days. So I think it is a pretty good matchup for Days. Like, this is the chunky... This is the type of chunky deck you want to have Days against. I don't know what you mean. Like, is a board wipe too expensive mana-wise or just unreliable? What do you mean? Yeah, we're bringing True Name Nemesis as extra ways of just pushing through damage. I would say overall this is a matchup that just could go either way. This hand is fine. It's not great because I have 2 vials. Prefer just 1, but I will keep it. And then, like, maybe we can even Daze their vial. Well, this is not an aggro deck. Remember, this is not an aggro deck. Mother of Runes. I'm not thrilled to see that card, but I'm going to let it resolve. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should fire off Daze against this card, but I don't want to do it. I'd rather hit a Stoneforge Mystic or something. That is a great card. Okay, that's a very good card for this matchup. And we'll just pass. No Harbs for Germs? I don't really need it, though. Dismember is better. Dismember is better than Harb. That is awkward, but still not worthy of dazing. There is one awkward thing. My list is public now. Like, just as of a little while ago, people can look up my deck. Well, this is not good. Oh, shoot! I forgot to play the Ether Vial. I messed that up. Okay. Now it makes me question how much I've been paying attention this entire day. I could easily play turn 2 Ether Vial, and that would be a big deal. Well, we're definitely countering that. And fortunately, we can pay the mana for Thalia.
Slew's been on the phone all day. He wants to know when Aether Vial's gonna get on the table.
Guess we'll just target Mom. I'd like to target Thalia, but if we target Thalia and then the opponent was like, yeah, that's fine, then that's a problem.
Yeah, pineapple pizza's gross.
Did they just let it get tapped? Oh, yeah. I can't even block it here. Wasteland. Alright, you wastelanded me. Actually, you didn't wasteland me, but I'm gonna wasteland you. And attack for 2. Now, while it's true that this is very hard for me to articulate, but I really do not like tapping out with my SOB. I would have needed to, but not on turn 2. On turn, on turn 3, I would have needed 2 mana, but not on turn 2 because there was only a mom out and I'm on the play. Oh, they have nothing so far. I guess they might have Solitude or something. Force of Will is good, especially since I have this island now. Okay, I think now that there's 2 creatures in play, I might be more aggressive with my lords. I cannot counter that very well. If you're thinking to add a 3rd Null-Rod sideboard, you should add a Hurkyl's Recall instead. Highly disagree! Explain to me what Hurkyl's Recall is good against. Other than 8 cast. List all the decks. I've already had this discussion in the Merfolk Discord. You're not going to be able to name any other ones where it's going to be good.
It doesn't have to be good, it just has to be there.
Yeah, but I want it to be good. So one thing that really helped, like, Force of Will is so different in Legacy compared to Modern, because you can counter Solitude, for crying out loud. That is such a beating. Okay, Urion's coming down. We can counter that. Against the Germs, that is definitely not worth it. If your opponent has Stoneforge Mystic out, they'll just replay the Germ token. I mean, they'll replay the equipment. Germs are not artifacts, by the way. Oh! Okay, so now... How many Caraxes do they have in their deck? I certainly don't want the... Well, How do I want to do this? I don't even need Island Walk right now. Which is a little bit frustrating. But I do have to Force a Will something next turn. And if I play Tideshaper right now, then I can't get around the Thalia attacks. So do I just put all the creatures in play?
Does Tarmogoyf have any presence in Legacy?
Okay, I will let this thing happen. Yes.
Good.
I'm gonna have quite a decision, depending on what they do next turn. Because I could keep the Lord. Tideshaper is good for the long run, though. Hurkyl's Recall is a good tempo play in this matchup. This matchup doesn't even depend. Show me all their artifacts. Like, what if you had Hurkyl's Recall right now? It would be dead. It'd be stone dead right now. No, do not bring Hurkyl's Recall into this matchup. Don't do it. They could easily just have a hand where they never even play an artifact. Okay, if they attack, I'm gonna go to try to block this stupid thing. I guess we're gonna lose the Tideshaper. And we're gonna force the opponent to tap their Mother of Runes if they want to keep the Thalia. It bounces their Vials as well. It is not an important card in this matchup. No. So Yorion is coming. I guess it's okay. I mean, I guess you could bring it, but I don't think it's a good idea. Okay, we get Kraken for 10 damage. That's some good news. Mirror Readery is too clunky. Like, I put True Name Nemesis in the sideboard. Because oh, wow, just on time. Okay, so... And we'll hit the Caracas. Could use this a long time ago. But this is the power of Tide Shaper here. I mean, this is what makes this card so good for this deck, where you don't depend on True Name Nemesis to win the game anymore. You can just Tide Shaper and win. I mean, they could have another Solitude and I'm screwed. They're tapping it. See, what can I do with this thing? Okay, apparently I can't do anything with it. They could play another Caracas. That is something. You can cast Yorion with your new blue mana. That's one thing you can do. Yeah, they could, but the thing is, I didn't want to give them the opportunity to do something like block, bounce, or even bounce Yorion. I don't know how necessary it's going to be. They can only blink non-land permanents, right? Alright, don't have Solitude for my Tide Shaper. Just don't. Another Tide Shaper would be perfect. No. Okay, so what am I playing around? Because you left up Wasteland for some reason. So you're not threatening. You waited to hard cast the Solitude instead of play Yorion, so you have to be like, I think or maybe you're just trying to be good on resources here. It seems like the right move is just attack with Tide Shaper. If they have Solitude, they exile Tide Shaper. Because everything else will get roadblocked by Yorion and Mother of Runes. So the correct move, I think, is just attack with Tide Shaper. Oh yeah, that's true. They can't block if they nail down. Oh, that's what they were doing. I'm stupid. Shoot. I'm a fool. Oh yeah. I forgot about the Wasteland Hing Crocus. Okay, well, turns out I'm an idiot. I did that myself. I did that to myself.
You need more of that donut.
I need more of that donut. That's Let me tell you, it's really hard to play when you have to read chat and go back to the game over and over again. People observing are like, wow, how are these streamers so stupid? Because it's really hard to read and respond and play at the same time. And in a format like Legacy, you know, this one little mistake can blow an entire match.
Tide Shaper.
Yeah, this is nice, but I need to sort of outmuscle my... Okay, so I'll go for it next turn. I'll just attack with everything if they don't have 4 creatures up. Because I'll have at least 4 power creatures. I need them to brick! Brick, damn it! What is this? That is not a brick! Damn it. Yeah, all these people saying chat helps streamers cheat. I disagree.
Buzzer sound.
Yeah. And that was on board too. Now what? I don't even want to play this Lord. I'm gonna feign some weakness. If I draw a Tide Shaper, I can win anyway. Damn it. Alright. Yeah, you had to super chat to get my attention. Ah, it was too late. It's okay.
What are your thoughts about Stifle?
I think it's playable. I don't know where we use it, but I think it's playable.
What about Trick Bind?
Alex Superfar says, should have Tide Shapered the basic land. Yeah, well, that's what we were talking about for the last who knows how long. All right, well, there's ways out of this. Okay, we can draw Tide Shaper, we can draw True Name Nemesis, we can draw like multiple creatures. These are not the things we want right now.
Need a Merfolk.
This is called Flood now.
We need a Merfolk that gets +1/+1
1,
for
2,
every
3,
2
4,
islands.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, okay, so we're within variation, I think.
A Merfolk that gets +1/+1 for every 2 islands,
Oh,
rounded down.
That's not good news. Okay, so now they'll get Batterskull. Oh, they're getting Jit. Okay.
You used to play that card.
I did, and then I lost so much with it. I stopped playing with it. And then I don't know what's with people. Some people just like to play with losing cards. People are too attached to when cards used to be good, not to what they are right now. Lordman Nikachu, I'm contacting you from the future. I hope this message makes it back to you in time. Tide Shaper, basic land. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much, Lord Magicus. Unfortunately, you didn't get back to me in time. Damn it! You needed to contact me 5 minutes. By 5 more minutes. Don't touch my creatures, please. Well, now we're like virtually lost. I think. I'm pretty sure we're lost. Like I would need to top deck multiple True Name Nemesis. Anyway, so we are I'm flooding out, but I'm not actually flooding out. I'm playing within variance, but I missed my opportunity. I had an opportunity, I've missed it. Okay, this is too far beyond. Okay, concede. Good games.
Darn.
Yeah, darn. We don't know what would have been. What could have been, what would have been. Including modern, I'm like 0 and 5 here.
What a good day. Must be something in the air.
Should shuffle the deck better. I think the deck's shuffled fine. Do you not run Merfolk Sovereign? No. It doesn't matter. Like every card will turn every creature into a Merfolk Sovereign. The fact that my creature is a 3-drop. Trinisphere turns all your cards into 3-drops at the very least. Like, it doesn't mean you can only play 3-drops. It means turns all creatures into 3-drops. Thank you very much, Cody. Hope your stream is going well. I have seen better streams. Love watching your content. It's been good to have something for the slower days at work. You're welcome. Oh, we are playing slow. That's for sure. Things are slowing down. Merfolk Sovereign also is a pretty poopy creature. Overall.
What does it cost on paper?
10 cents, 5 cents, it's nothing. It's worthless.
Because a bunch of like obscure Merfolk cards were donated on that day, last Friday. But they looked like they all went through the washing machine. They were in horrible condition. And it was all red cards inside that Shadowmoor box.
Watching at work gang reporting in. Can you upload the Legacy 5.0? I'd have to record it. Prefer not to.
What he means is it never actually happened.
This hand is... It's okay. Okay, did we win? We won the die roll. So there's 2 ways I can look at this hand. I could look at this hand like, I'll play Tide Shaper first, then Hexcatcher into Lord, or even Lord into Hexcatcher, and then we have like a lot of good. Then we have like this hand would be, if I know I'm up against a combo deck, that would be ideal to just have like a Lord heavy start. Another way of looking at it is I play land pass, and then I use Tide Shaper as food for my Force of Will. And depending on what the deck is, they might go all in on something, and then we wasteland their land and we Force a Willed. I think I'll go for that line. Also, maybe it would be better to hold up Tide Shaper for something. Like, there's a lot of Urza Sagas in the format. I'm hearing Urza Saga is too valuable. And I can always play this later. Thoughtseize. Alright, we're up against, I think it is some sort of Storm deck. Which in that case, I wish I got this thing out earlier. So now what will happen is they're probably going to take Force Will or Hexcatcher, which in that case I'll play Tide Shaper and Wasteland, and we'd be good! Could be Shadow or Doom. It could be Shadow, but like it's probably a little bit more likely they'd have Watery Grave here. It could be Doomsday, which I'm fine with. That's just another combo deck. Spell-based combo decks, we are super favored versus. Leonardo says, looks like Doomsday. Honestly, when I say Underground Sea, like, it could be just blue-black Delver, Murktide. I've seen so many of these decks right now. It's probably not Shadow, though, because they didn't play Watery Grave. It could be some... I played against a blue-black Storm deck a little bit earlier. It was just Storm. It was Wishclaw Storm. They took the Lord. What are you, nuts? That makes no sense. Okay, this is very important. Always use your Wasteland first, because if I played like Tide Shaper, there was a good chance that they would play something like Daze. These decks might have Daze. You're gonna Force Will this? If it has Thoughtseize and Underground Sea, I really think it's a combo deck. Like, I could be wrong, but I think it's a combo deck. We're gonna play Ponder here or something. Aha, you turned on my Tide Shaper. You see? I know everything. Uh-oh. But this is definitely a good spot where I wish I got my Tide Shaper out first. Because I'm down like 2 damage. They chose not to shuffle, because they never shuffle. I don't know what it is, but they never shuffle. Okay, Silvergill Adept. Yeah, I'm gonna get that Silvergill Adept out. They get more valuable. Like, Silvergill Adept is very good in this deck. Because it's like, you're 2-for-1ing yourself with Force of Will. You're throwing things away with Hexcatcher. Let's hope Hexcatcher gets to live. Usually I try to prioritize getting Hexcatcher out first before I play additional cards like Silvergill, but I don't have another Merfolk in my hand, so I'm just going to play it right now. They didn't take Force? I don't know their rationale. Honestly, I don't know their rationale, but everything in me tells me this is combo. See you later, Touch Torch of Sin. Talk to you later. Sorry you couldn't... You just saw me lose a bunch. Okay. No, I don't know what this is. We post the stream? I don't know if I'm posting that. Well, probably I am posting these things. What the hell is this? Okay, it's a Delver deck. Can't be blocked. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may remove 2 oil counters. If you do, when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell, you can cast that thing.
They just reached peak oil in New Phyrexia.
Yeah. Combat damage to a player. You just put oil counters, but it's a Phyrexian Rogue. Can block this thing. You can remove 2 oil. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter. Cast your next instant or sorcery spell, counter that spell. I think my opponent's gonna be dead, but at the same time, I might want to counter this. Counter. I have like very few resources left. Unless they want to block one of these things, which I don't care. Attack for 6, then I attack for lethal. Okay. Because if they want to put 2 oil counters, they gotta play 2 spells. Tide Shaper is great. Actually, it's great to maybe throw away with Force of Will. Sort of want to play Tide Shaper up front. Okay, attack for 6, go to 9. I have 9 in play. I'm casting this now just in case they have days. Okay, and then I'll attack for 4. If they block, sure, I don't care. Okay, I will get the Hexcatcher in play. So they take 6. With Hexcatcher in play, I think it's going to be tough. Not impossible, but tough to win. Okay, so you can play 2 spells. Well, I guess they could go Ponder, Ponder. Baleful Strix. Alright, you're dead. GG! I'll get Lord in play, and then... I think that's enough to win.
Not so fast.
I feel very good in these matchups. These, like... Here's the thing, like, if you had Chalice on 1, yeah, you hit these cards, but you're not hitting the things that matter. And usually they'll have some weird answer to it anyway. Okay, we are super ahead here. Brainstorm. Green Needle. Hey, David.
How does it go from 2 syllables to 3? That's a mind trip right there.
Yeah. So for all the Legacy fans, we're going to play a lot more Legacy. We're just beginning to play with Legacy. Remember how awesomely overhyped Baleful was? Well, it saw insane amounts of play when it first got printed. I mean, it was part of a million different archetypes, particularly the Shardless Cascade archetype.
What does it do?
It's a flying 1/1 with Death Touch, but it also draws a card when it enters the battlefield. So it could, like, it can block anything and kill it.
Yeah, I know what that's.
But then you're up a card. And it's 2 mana. You don't like the art? I think this is great artwork. Leonardo just hates this card. Probably blocked too many of your creatures, Leonardo. Okay, so here's a general plan versus these Delver-esque decks. I wonder if this is Death Shadow. Anyway, you take out Force Will because it's a 2-for-1. You're generally taking out Daze, especially if they saw it. Now, they didn't see it, but I'm going to take it out anyway. You're going to want to bring in your Dismember to deal with, like, your Delvers. This is probably a Delver deck. It's blue-black Delver with that oil creature. You want True Name Nemesis? Because they're going to bring in more removal. They're bringing in more hate for your creatures, so you got to have True Name Nemesis here. Now, normally I'd be bringing in Blue Elemental Blast and Hydro Blast, but I realize I can't do that here. So I guess we're going to play with some Dazes. It's not going to be terrible, especially on the draw. And I have to say, I like Daze more on the draw than on the play, because it's on the draw when you're under the gun, you're under pressure, and you want to be able to play more than 1 spell per turn. But these games are going to play really slow, really long, so yeah, it's going to be fine. Very strange not to see Brainstorm or Ponder in a mono blue Legacy deck. Yeah, it is weird, huh? Hey, we're Dimir. See that? It means Dimir. I'm just kidding, it's mono blue.
Well, technically.
This hand is very good. Okay, actually, maybe it's not very, very good, but it's fine. I have been super... Like, on the play, this would be very good. There have been games where these Wastelands... I've been tempted too many times. Like, I have, like, 3 Wastelands, 2 Islands, 2 creatures, and I keep it, and my opponent just plays a bunch of basics, and I lose. But there are a lot of games where they go, like, Tropical Island, Ponder, you Wasteland, they lose. See, that's the type of start that's the most dangerous. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. See, these Wastelands are really bad. Did they see a Wasteland in the game 1? I don't think they
turn
did.
1. Or turn 2, basically.
No, I didn't play. Oh yeah, I did play Wasteland, so they'll fetch out basics aggressively.
The basic is aggressive.
If they fetch out basics, then I'll actually side out 2 Wasteland. No, I don't think they can afford to have only basics. Like, this deck has a lot of non-basic lands. They can fetch out aggressively, but I think there's a lot of non-basic lands in this deck.
Bond is a basic.
I don't know how badly they want, what's it called in their deck? There's a Swamp. Because if they fetch out basics aggressively, I could side out 2 Wastelands for 2 more dazes, for example. Alright, it resolves. Because I could do absolutely nothing. Upkeep. I guess try to prevent the stupid thing from getting oil counters.
That's right. The United States has just invaded New Phyrexia, hearing how much oil there is.
There's oil? Let's get in there, boys. That's what actually saves the multiverse. The U.S. Army. Uro? Well, I have to say, this is not what I expected at all. What the hell? You cast, is that any spell? You cast a non-creature spell. Uro? When did that happen? Yeah, America! America gonna get that oil from them Phyrexians.
Your bullets cannot harm me.
Has any release for Magic caught your eye? Maybe something individual like Toxic ability? Nothing. Not really. Okay, so this is good. They didn't put a land in place. That means Uro is super... Why do they even have this? Okay, so in their basic land deck, they're screwed. Okay, hold on. Let's Wasteland this thing. And I guess attack. I guess we'll play a Hexcatcher. Hope they don't have days. But they didn't play days last time. Well, the battles, Nikachu, do you like the new card type? No, it doesn't have any influence on competitive Magic, so I don't pay a whole lot of attention to it.
Shots fired at those.
I mean, the cards are... Yeah, I mean, I like the idea that they're exploring that design space by having those horizontal lands, but... It's not... If it doesn't see competitive play like Legacy or Modern, then I just don't usually pay attention to it. Uh-oh. Here comes that oil. I'm new to your content. Can you place a favorite set or block in Magic's history that you love?
New Phyrexia.
Maybe Mercadian Masks, only because that's the one of the first sets I opened. It was the first set I opened. Very nostalgic. Otherwise, I really like the Urza set because that was really close to the Masks block era. And they have a lot of really cool cards. They had a lot of cool cards back then, and they still have a lot of cool cards there today. Well, there better be better Merfolk, because that Merfolk where you have to deal damage to your opponent just to like put a land from the graveyard to the battlefield is very unappealing to me. Yes, I was a foil Rishadan port seeker. I was looking for them ports.
How much is that worth today?
Oh, over $1,000 actually. I will snap block this thing. That thing, look, ugh, do I? You have a good card when you deal damage. Okay, you know what? Forget it. Get all the oil you want. I don't care.
Price of a barrel is down to $1.
Oh, yeah. You can remove 2 oil counters. We only have 1. And actually, Lord of Atlantis might be able to block that thing later.
Fortunately, my Tesla can't run on that Phyrexian oil.
Ooh, this is really appealing. I could Wasteland them, or I could play Curse Catcher and Lord of Atlantis. Oh, please resolve. Please, you didn't play a single counter spell yet. Actually, I mean, I could counter a Force of Will or Daze with the Trickster. I mean, Hexcatcher pitching away Trickster. Oh, here we go. Not bad. This is... I have no idea what's in their hand. I don't know, a bunch of Uros or something.
Tried frying a burger in some Phyrexian oil. Tasted terrible.
I agree with you, Urza Block, and whichever one Prophecy was in were my favorite. Rystic's Prophecy was in the worst block of all time. That was the Masks block. It was Masks, Prophecy, and Nemesis. It's not the literal worst block of all time, but it was pretty bad. Because it had so many well, at least at the time, it had so many underwhelming cards. By today's standards, there's like a lot of commander cards in those sets.
I sell friction oil and friction oil accessories.
Can you even drive Teslas in Manitoba when the batteries freeze?
Probably.
You can drive. No, you can drive them. No, I know a few people with electric cars.
Yeah, but is it a piece of garbage Tesla?
To be honest, no. I don't know anyone who has a Tesla, but I'm pretty sure it would be fine.
Probably just explode before it froze.
I have a feeling are these like the only basics you have left in your deck? Well, you didn't play more fetch lands. What are you gonna fetch for? Please don't kill this guy. No abrupt decay or anything like that. Oh, thanks so much for the $10. Did you ever have a friend who would cheat? No, actually. My friends are all clean.
Andy.
Who actually do? Oh, do you know what do you know what? I had a friend from high school. He wouldn't cheat. Like, he wasn't like a cheater, but like one day, I guess he was like frustrated losing a bunch, so he decided to cheat. And like, it was pretty funny. At the end of the game, he had like, I don't know, 20 cards in his hand. I didn't even notice. What is this? I can't block this thing? Oh, it can't be blocked. Oh, this thing's unblockable. I played this Lord hoping to block this thing. All right, we're learning. I usually have killed this thing or countered it by this point.
You didn't notice the 20 cards 20 years ago, and you didn't notice the unblockable now.
Yeah. Wait, everything's going according to my plans. It looks like they couldn't fetch out another basic. So.
Dirty Andy, yeah. Nah, Andy doesn't cheat.
Attack for 6.
Andy was a stand-up player.
What is going on with their... I have no idea what's in their hand. I guess it's full of Uros and green spells or something. Well, our opponent's deck is just very, who knows where it'd be if we didn't wasteland them 3 times. Like, they'd have a bunch of mana. They could start regurgitating Uro from the graveyard. Really challenging what we're racing over here. But we had the wastelands, and they couldn't play around them. They tried to play around them, and apparently they don't have any basics left in their deck. Why the hell do I expect a ninjutsu right here? Yeah, it's possible.
That would be pretty sick.
Yeah, but my personal friends, none of them were like cheaters or anything like that. They cheated for fun. Cheated for sport. Although, you know, there was one guy I knew. Like, again, he's not cheating, but like, for example, he would like switch his deck during the tournament, thinking he could do that. You know, he was like a super pony.
Were they not keeping deck lists back then?
Oh, is this guy gonna get 2 ponders? Look at that! That is value! Oh wow, that's actually terrible. That's the worst card you want to copy, because you're gonna like draw 3 cards, put 2 cards back on top, then you're gonna draw like 1 card deeper. But I guess it's a super brainstorm what you dig 4 cards deep, right?
Like Alex Bertoncini.
We have a friend who plays Zur the Enchanter, and when he searches his deck, we believe he grabs the card he wants. That's possible.
2 explores.
Yeah, 2 explorers. As a kid in my playgroup, we would oftenly shuffle our decks when draws weren't going our way mid-match. We didn't know it was cheating.
See?
I'm not drawing what I want. Okay, let's start shuffling.
Yeah, that's why I think you should shuffle at any time.
My brother would love to make an event where you can shuffle at any time.
Yep. And our Emrakul is eroded to 0.
Yeah, 0 mana Emrakul.
Right. First place prize is $1 million. Actually, it's the only prize.
Yeah, the only prize is, man, what is the optimal deck in that case?
It's gonna be pure chaos, and I would love it. I would love to see it. I just need $1 million.
Yeah. That's the trick, isn't it?
Maybe I could buy the winner all the cheeseburgers. Hamburgers, rather.
Imagine you win the lottery for $3 million. What are you gonna do with your money? I'm gonna host a tournament. Get this. It's a Magic the Gathering tournament. First place prize, $1 million. Emrakul is 0 mana. You can shuffle your library at any time.
And I will pay judges $100 for the day, just to watch over a person to see make sure there's nothing.
You literally need a judge for every human being in that tournament.
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna cap out at like 2,000 people.
How do you break that event? Because like any card that reveals the top card of your library is basically broken. Oh, they have Abrupt Decay. Do you see that? They have Abrupt Decay. Oh no, we need a Lord. Oh no! Okay, so Abrupt Decay this thing. I don't get in for enough damage, do I? We could test the waters by attacking with just the Trickster. And if they kill this, I at least have a little something left over. Because if I draw another Lord, I would win. Yeah, something creepy is about to happen to me here. Maybe I'm lucky it's not Abrupt Decay, because who would play that right now? Better... Actually, Abrupt Decay doesn't have a lot of good stuff going for it right now. They would want to play Assassin's Trophy, maybe. Or maybe not. Abrupt Decay is probably fine. Unsubstantiate the Abrupt Decay? I can't. Can't counter an encounter rule spell. We're going to test the waters. If it's Fatal Push, I'll be a little bit more pissed. Okay, they got nothing. They went to the blocking step. So now... Well, now nothing. Do you deal with this or not?
Also, nobody from Winnipeg is allowed to attend the tournament.
What? So you want ID from, like, Minnesota or something?
Yeah, that's right. You just gotta get your Polish
Okay,
passport
good, they're
again.
dying. Yeah, you need to present any passport that is not from Winnipeg or Manitoba or Canada.
That's right. No, just not Winnipeg.
That's such an awkward tournament to fly to, though. Only one prize. That's first place.
Like, it's a million.
It's like, you know, if someone were smart, they'd be like, okay, there's like 50 of us in attendance. You all agree to chop the event?
No. You can't do
No
that.
chop. Oh, yeah, there
you
you
gotta
go.
sign a form saying you don't get to chop the prize.
Well, you can say as the tournament organizer what you do. I think our opponent is very demoralized. Yeah, but you can't stop them. Well, now this is really awkward. Can everyone trust everyone in the room to honor splitting the event afterwards?
Oh no, because I'm gonna make sure I know where this money's going, how it's.
Well, you can give it, but you can't do anything. You can't do anything once they have it in their bank account. But the problem is,
then they don't get it in their bank account.
They do have Abrupt Decay.
Haven't seen that one in a
What
while.
in the? There you are. Whatever. They must think that this thing has Island Walk. It doesn't. Anyways, after the blocking step, they got distracted. They pulled what we did last game.
They tell me what they want the money to be spent on over the next 10 years.
This is blue, blue, green, green. They are very far. Now, if they did Abrupt Decay this and then block the Trickster, I could still top deck an Island Walk Lord for the win. Probably, maybe, hopefully. No guarantees.
Rules enforcers, yeah.
Use the other 2 million to hire a hit squad of rules for yeah.
Merfolk is 0 mana.
Ooh! Ooh!
Also, all in.
Well, goodbye, what? Everything? Except my Trickster? So we need an Island Walk Lord to win. Holy crap. But Island Walk Lord does win. Well, that's rude.
Also, minimum hat size increases to 10.
Hat size?
Hand size.
Oh.
You start at 10.
10 cards to draw your
This
Emrakul.
tournament will be done in like 10 minutes.
No, you still got to pair the rounds.
Oh yeah, right.
Everyone's going to mulligan to Emrakuls.
Yeah, that's the funny part. It's just gonna come down to a die roll.
No, but you know, here's the thing. Actually, this is the fun. I was thinking about your tournament. No one wants to play anything. Because if you go Emrakul, take an extra turn, attack for 15, then you like lose to your opponent because you basically lose no permanence, right? Because you have nothing in play. So what ends up happening is whoever goes second will kill the other person's Emrakul. Because then you get the extra turn attack, annihilated trigger. They have to sack their Emrakul. So basically, anyone who has 2 Emrakuls win, or whoever has the second Emrakul wins. So if you don't even have an Emrakul in hand, you just like play something and they say pass, your opponent will be very terrified to even play their own Emrakul. Because, well, mate, what if they have the Emrakul? They didn't play it. When you cast or copy a spell, insert a sorcery spell, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. That is awful. Okay, I still need a Lord to win. When any of you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell. If you get the 3, I lose.
Don't give my strats away, Nika. I need the money.
Yeah. I'm very close to dying. We did draw a lot of lands. Now, frankly, I don't mind flooding on a Wasteland. Wasteland is a good card to flood out on. Oh, boy. Awkward. Okay, I can Trickster. Like, if they make the same attack next turn, then I can Trickster this thing down. Oh, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life? That's brutal. Okay, I think I'm just going to try to win the game right now. I need to find an Island Walk Lord. Is Mono Blue the best way to play Merfolk? Is there enough blue-green? No, I think there's no other way to play Merfolk right now. At least hasn't been proven. Island Walk Lord! You're not bad, but you're not Island Walk Lord. Okay, pass. Have mercy on me. You just have to rattle off a bunch of spells and I lose. No! This actually looks like a pretty good matchup for days. It's a lot of 2-drops, some 3-drops. Actually, maybe it's not. But no, it's fine. It's the deck's weak to Wasteland.
We just need a lord. One lord on the board.
I don't think we did bad for flooding out. Okay, do I have a chance here? This thing is a absolute beating. Yeah, it'd be great for Cryptic Command. Bounce tap. Ideally, I would like you not to play things. That would help me very much.
Uh-oh.
Attack me for 5. I do want to applaud your sportsmanship, though, Glad. What sportsmanship? Okay, I gotta do something here. I could take 5. Actually, hold on. No. They're attacking with everything. Good God. Attack the whole kit and caboodle here. I guess let's make our creatures a little bit bigger. And then block this thing? Take 6? No, that doesn't work. I think we're dead. Take 4. I don't know how to get out of this. You're a good winner and loser? Oh. Only on the surface. I'm beating myself up inside. I prefer to be actually a bad winner and good loser. That's the way I like to do it. You gotta see me in chess. Oh, I just glow when I'm winning. Yeah, I'm the best thing in the universe.
Glow.
I also don't think... what? Okay, well, you've really... This is some sort of weird combo deck. It's like a Delver combo deck. Honestly, I like days more on the draw than on the play, so I think we're just not going to do anything. We'll just ship it back.
0 mana.
0 mana. What's your chess rating? You can't ask questions like that in chess. You gotta be more specific, like, you know, Blitz, Rapid, Long Time Control, FIDE, CFC, USCF. There's a lot of ratings out there.
His rating is 007. 0 wins, 0 losses. 7 quits.
Oh, I forgot about True Name Nemesis.
7 draws.
You know what? I've tried to keep a lot of one-land hands, and I've just found that they fail miserably, so I'm gonna mulligan this. This hand's great. This is a very good hand. Well, I don't know about very good, but it's a good hand. I'll dump an island. Done. And we go island, Ether Vial. We can wasteland very early. Tide Shaper and start bringing out the Master of the Pearl Tridents. We might have to hide this wasteland, though. Oh, gotta hide them wastelands. Can hide them.
Ooh, sausage roll pizza.
Put them in a false sense of vulnerability. Play a dual land. Oh yeah, you know you want to. You know you want to. What? Okay, what's more important, the blue or the black? Or the green? I don't know. Wasn't expecting that.
Nobody was.
So, okay, I'm gonna play Wasteland, so holding up Tide Shaper doesn't matter. So I guess we're gonna keep... Well, for the sake of keeping Tide Shaper big, I guess we'll get rid of the Bayou. But isn't the blue more important? I can attack first, and then hit the... Like, what does green do for you early on? Just Wither Bloom, and then... yeah, there's more blue in this deck. I think the green is just for, like, Abrupt Decay or something. Which would be a little annoying, to be honest. Or maybe I should keep the blue for the Island Walk. Yeah, I'm going to keep blue for Island Walk for now. And it makes my Tide Shaper bigger. Hey, Nepter. I'm doing well, I mean, I'm in good spirits, but I am just getting my ass kicked right now. I've seen better days.
Yeah, like in Vegas.
Verdant Catacombs is back. I like these, the Polluted Delta and Verdant Catacombs, some of my favorite fetch lands. Another green source. See, now I can hit this one. The oil guy? What's the Witherbloom Apprentice? So, can they just win the game with that stupid spell? Is that how this works? It's a 2-card combo. I think we're gonna lose to that stupid combo. It's just, how can I put it? There are some days nothing goes right, like nothing. And I think this is one of those days where nothing goes right and we're about to get smoked by this Chain of Smog combo. Which by most standards should be unplayable. But it's playable today. It's 2-card combo, so hey, respect. Okay, they don't have black for Chain of Smog, thank God. Do they have Tarmogoyf in this deck?
I hope so. That'd be sweet.
They don't have black for removal. Remember, more counterspells is always an option. Not saying it's good, but it's an option. Against what? Oh. Against anything? Is Chain double black? No, it's just a single black. Chain of Smog. I'm going in for the win. Okay, maybe we do win this one. 10 unblockable damage here. They could gain a little bit of life, but then we can flash in a Lord. They can't even play Snuff out. They don't have a swamp.
Swamp.
Okay, they conceded. Sweet.
You're on the board.
Yeah, we're on the board. I'll take it. Finally. A win's a win. 2 cards isn't too much for Legacy. I thought it was crazy. Oh, it's not a crazy first turn kill format. There's a lot of like, I would say Legacy is like a turn 2, maybe dominatingly winning. Like certain decks could like put themselves in a dominating position to win by turn 2, but it's mostly like a turn 3 format-ish, I think. This hand is bad on the draw. I'm gonna mulligan this. Yeah, this hand is just too clunky. I'm just gonna mulligan. This hand's better. I'll keep. And I think I'll dump. I think it's a tough spot. I could dump the Curse Catcher, or I could dump the Vial. And I go turn 1 Curse Catcher and I have a bunch of Lords. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Hopefully there's no Delver deck that'll eat my Cavernous Souls. We're up against, looks like Stoneblade. Okay. I always put out the island first because it's very unlikely this thing's gonna get countered. So that if my opponent has Wasteland for any reason, that I at least get a 2-drop in play. Because it sucks so much to go like turn 1 Cavernous Souls, it gets eaten up. Okay, it looks like Bant Stoneblade with Uro. We have our second Uro matchup. Attack for... Can I attack for 1? I guess I can. I'm going to show him a Lord, because I probably have to start playing it by next turn. Not a single spell sked has opposed us yet. Yeah, well, not very popular in Legacy. Nor has a Silence been cast against you. Are these like... I know Silence is a big Legacy card. Are we going to see Uro now? It's Uro time. So this is like a matchup I'll side out 2 Wastelands, because this type of deck aggressively looks for basics. Or not? Okay. They're not respecting it yet. Okay, there's Uro. The only way to really...
Meatball.
Huh?
Looks like Chubby Meatball.
Not really. I'd really like to eat that thing up because it would expose me. I guess since my opponent has Swords to Plowshares. Well, we have a lot of Lords in hand, so... why not play them? I don't think there's anything that can punish me either. Sure. My turn Brainstorm is not that great. Uro is gross, don't miss it. No one misses Uro. I think we have a fine hand versus Uro. Like, even if they brought it, but they won't even bring it, they won't be able to bring it back by next turn. But even if they do, we can Trickster at least once, and we have a lot of Lords to hopefully overpower it. Ah, 2 white sources. No, we can't overload Swords to Plowshares. At least not well. How has Reanimate not held up? Has Reanimate not held up well in Legacy? Oh, Reanimate is the best deck. I wouldn't say it's the best deck, actually. I think all the variations of Delver make it the best deck, but I think that is one of the best decks out there. Endurance. Why? My opponent says, why not? Like, you're not going to put your Uro back in. That is a weak play. And that's... I don't understand this play. They want to sack this or something? Like, that's a flash speed creature. Ooh, I got Force of Will, which is very, very nice. Yeah, I don't understand that play. Alright, we'll get a Lord in play. Or I'll try to get a Lord in play. Yes, we have another one. Getting rid of Dovin's Veto. I feel like I should fight over this.
Yeah. Do it.
So, they very clearly have a path to exile.
Oh no.
Or I could counter the path to exile. You know what? Maybe I counter the path to exile. If they have another Dovin's Veto in hand, that would really suck. Or maybe it wouldn't. Then I cast this thing, attack for, and if they even have swords, and I attack for 4/10, put them down to 4. But then they can play probably swords, Uro. They gain 3 life. I don't know what the consequences of this are.
Look how scared he is of this lord. He doesn't want it on the battlefield.
I know. Okay, so this will resolve. Needs 5 cards. So attack for 10, counter swords, you replay Uro. Oh, they didn't want to say enough. Okay, it's fine with me. Okay, this is, I honestly don't think this is a very, even though they have a lot of chunky cards in the deck, I actually don't think this is a good Days matchup. I don't mind True Name Nemesis, just sometimes they gum up the board. I don't know why it does this sometimes. Stop it. Okay, stopped it. Okay, cards that we want. Force Negation can be okay. I believe they have Teferi, but it's not a big card in this matchup. I bring in True Name. I bring in Dismember. If they have Stoneforge Mystic, I don't know if they do. They have Endurance at the very least, so we can counter that. So we'll take out Days. I just find they have too much mana up, and I'll take out some Curse. Oh no, sorry, we don't take out Curse Catcher. We take out Wasteland usually. I find that usually they're aggressive in finding basics, but our opponent didn't. You know what? Maybe we will keep the Wasteland. It can keep like a lot of their stuff at bay, and I think the rest of it is fine. I think these decks tend to go with Hamster Dad. No, this deck is just Bant. This sounds fine. This sounds good. These decks play like Prismatic Ending. Okay, this is a spot where I'm just going to Wasteland, and then I'm not even going to play Aether Vial. You Wasteland and go. Because sometimes they're just dead. I'm sure they have more lands, but...
What's a Tundra cost on paper?
I don't know, $500, $600? Now they're going to go get basics, because they're forced to. Ooh, I got another Wasteland coming right up. What? Alright, man, minor misstep got me. They're so happy about that play. So probably, okay, now that they know the Wrath of Wasteland, certainly they're going to be playing around it more going into game 3. So that's something part of like a sideboard guide I can't always teach. Or like I can teach. So if your opponent is not respecting Wasteland, keep it in post board. But usually if they see 1, they're going to respect it for the rest of the match. So in a matchup where there's a lot of removal being had, and this is one of those matchups, they're going to have, I guess, minor misstep. They're going to have Swords to Plowshares. They're going to have Prismatic Ending. What else are they going to have? They're going to have stuff. They're going to have stuff. All right, this is great. Merfolk. And we'll let them know True Name is on its way. Because it is on the way. Stoneforge, why would this deck be a Stoneblade deck? Because a lot of them are. As weird as that is. I've seen quite a few Bant... They like merge. There's like... Wow, this person just doesn't care.
They need to try.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat that thing for breakfast. Oh! It's a war of wastelands. Alright, who's wastelanding who better? Are you sure about that? See, I told you! I've been playing this format. As weird as that looks, that's how they do it around here. Music makes Monster CC want to play the Animal Crossings all over again. All right, yeah. You got me. You got me.
But surprise.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll attack for 2. Because they're very unlikely to block. Now I just hope they don't have a white source, because this might put me way behind. I do have a true name Nemesis. Oh, I should have put the Tide Shaper in play. That was a mistake. I could play Tide Shaper and then immediately attack next turn with a Lord, and then follow it up with true name Nemesis. Is this Cauldron complete? Oh no, it's Batterskull. Yeah, I misstepped here. I made a misstep here with this Tide Shaper. Ooh, what do I do here? Probably just play Tide Shaper. So it's gonna work out. They probably don't have anything for this. Wish I had seen how broken Stoneforge was when it came out. I traded a playset for the Blightsteel and some other cash. At least the Blightsteel went up in value. Oh, they got a tropical island. You want to play some Uros?
No.
So next turn I will get a true name out and we'll just block this thing for a little while and then get Lords in play. Hopefully they don't find another white source. What are you afraid of? You're afraid I'm gonna double block? That's not exactly a good line on my part.
But he doesn't know that.
Alright, you got the force or what? What you got? Got something. The hell is this? Oh, they're trying to put a Cauldron complete or something in play. They don't realize this is an island now. Alright, there we go. Now we in good shape. Yeah, so they have like, I guess they have a sword or something. They should have hard cast their sword. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now what do we want?
Now what do we want?
We want another land so I can go double Lord on one turn. Okay, now what is going on here? Sort of Fire and Ice? You could just put it into play with your Stoneforge Mystic and equip it immediately. Whatever. Forgotten Wasteland. It's not useful right now. Okay, so I can play Lord, attack for a bajillion. Play Lord, attack for 10? It's a lot. If it was just an island, we'd just win immediately. So they go Sword. Because I can't block with True Name Nemesis anymore. Oh, they don't have, no, oh, they had a Flooded Strand and they didn't get a Tundra. Okay, I see the mistake. Like, they had a Flooded Strand, they could have got a or maybe they don't have a Tundra left. Or maybe they have no more white sources. Oh, I stripped all their white sources away. Okay, I guess they have no more white sources. It's over. It's over for the white sources. Oh, they're gonna gain a bunch of life, though. They're gonna gain 6 life. That's nasty. Okay, so they gain 6 life, they go to 10, but I can kill them next turn. It may not be a bad play. That might be all their white sources. The snow-covered plains and the 2 tundras. We just got them all. Okay, hold on. Should play around Dismember, I guess. Brainstorm or something? No. So I attack for 10. They go to 4. They equip. They attack me for 6. They go to 10. They shoot Lord. I play another Lord, I win. Okay, that's good. The power of Wasteland, people. The power of Wasteland is easily the biggest bonus to this deck in an incredibly long time. Okay, if they play a Tundra here. Okay, no, they couldn't. Still no white sources, which is good. Which is good. Although I'll be in a little bit of trouble if they play Dress Down. What is this? Ground Steel. Enters the battlefield, draw a card. Cards in graveyards can't be the target of spells or abilities. You don't say. You got it. Agreed. Actually, why was that even important? Just you're about to draw a fresh card over here. I'm not gonna do anything with my graveyard. Okay, I'm gonna shoot my lord.
Should have went for the Taichi.
No, it was a 3/3.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. We can get both lords in play. Unless they have Solitude. Solitude might save them. No, we won the match. Alright. Alright, one more to go. I'm hoping I'm proving the worth of this deck. Although, these matchups are a bit awkward. Stoneblade could go either way, that's for sure. We won the die. Would I like to go first? I would love to go first. Hi, good luck.
Capitalize on bad plays.
This hand is fine. I wish one of these lands was a threat, but I'll take it. We can go turn 1 Ether Vial with Daze backup, and I appreciate hands like that. But this hand is a little... If this was a creature, this hand would be very... I would say this hand would be premium. Or actually, if both these lands were creatures, this hand would be super premium.
Hey, Mulligan.
It's just not... Like, it's not a very good Ether Vial hand.
Go to 5. It's Legacy, you can go to 5.
Maybe they're worried about surgical on Uro. I guess so. The Merfolk community tells me to do that. Put surgical in my sideboard for Uro.
I tell you to put it in the main all the time. It's free.
Our opponent likes to hold upkeep. What does that mean? This is where sometimes I'm up against an initiative deck and they like spew off like Simian Spirit Guide, Elvish Spirit Guide, I don't know, some land, like a dual land, or not dual land, Ancient Tomb, or City Traders. Uh-oh. Okay, this is a dangerous deck. It's 8 cast. Very dangerous. Very, very, very dangerous. Okay. This is not gonna be great, but I do have to, Emery is a, oof, this sucks. So you can like, I can make him sack the Lotus Petal. But if I do that, Emery's pretty deadly. But if I make him sack the Lotus Petal, they can just bring it back. Well. Okay, I'm just gonna do nothing. Gonna make him think I have a Force of Will. I don't give a shit. There's nothing big that they found here. Because they found nothing, to be honest. Oh, no, they found a Mox Opal.
Hey, it's the Seed of the Synod.
So Daze, not great in this matchup. Not great. Tide Shaper is great, because you need to deal with, what's it called? You need, ooh, I don't want to play this one. Whoa, 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 cancel. Makes that Emery bigger. You do have to deal with Urza Saga or you lose. On the other hand, sometimes you need to just get Island Walk and win. So we're going to hold on to Tide Shaper for a little while.
It's that banned artifact land.
In retrospect, maybe I should have went Tide Shaper on Seat of Synod and then go for like a big aggro attack. Then I attack for 4, then I attack for 10. Ancient Tomb. I'd be really happy if this Daze can hit anything. Do you still think artifact lands would be fine in Modern? Absolutely. This deck is not going to beat the snot out of me because of artifact lands. It's going to be because of Mox Opal, Lotus Petal, Ancient Tomb, like some very absurd cards. The artifact lands do nothing in the grand scheme of this archetype. You got Thoughtcast. This is turn 2. I probably am going to have to go the route of playing Tide Shaper, get Island Walk, and then just race an Urza Saga if it ever happens. Oh, it's Painter! Oh. Okay, then. Okay, that's not what I... They look the same. They look the same.
Not it mean.
This is the only grindstone in their deck. Alright, so it's a race between finding Painter.
So somebody's head on the top.
Where?
The grindstone.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. Grinding your head.
Generally, a millstone is for milling wheat.
8 cast and Painter sort of look the same. Okay, so to keep my days as good as possible, I guess we're going to hit the Ancient Tomb, because I can't really depend on my opponent tapping that thing for anything. Is that a Beatbox Mario reference?
Mario Twins reference.
Mario Twins reference. Let's see, how much is this gonna matter? I basically have a 3-turn clock. Like attack, attack next turn, yeah. I have a 3-turn clock, so let's just maximize it. Don't know how much this Lord is gonna matter, but... Alright! 3-turn clock. No Painter Servant. No whammies. Don't Painter me, bro. Go Thoughtcast into Painter and I can counter it with Daze. And don't have Force of Will. I think the mono blue Painter version will be... I don't know if it's going to be easier, but I think it's going to be more manageable than the mono red one, because this is dependent on way more artifacts, and I do have Null Rod in the sideboard for it. Well, that's not a good news. It's always bad news. Are they going to play Kappa Cannoneer? Ah, they got the Servant. The Servant of Painters. I daze, they pay, and they still have 3 mana for this. Hold on, actually.
It's dead, Jim.
Good question is, am I going to play Daze post board? And the answer is probably no. Null Rod's coming in, Dismember's coming in, and probably just the Dazes are coming out. Force and Negation's coming in. I think. I'm just wondering if I show this to them and then make them fear it. But it's not hard for them to play around. Which one of you is Mishra and who is her? I'm... I guess I'm Mishra. Actually, I don't know. They're playing Mishra and Urza's Baubles. Is this gonna let your Painter Servant get countered? Oh, no. They're gonna name something. Green? I find that people usually use Painter Servant, choose green. I'm gonna choose black this time.
Why'd they turn gold?
Because Painter Servant turned everything to black. Every card. So if I dismember. Hey! Don't I have some opportunity to react? That was BS!
Nikachu mills Blue Dragon 45 and Nikachu. Wow.
They like got to see my deck. How rude. Okay, I do want to be lean because this is a combo deck. I don't really need your name of Nemesis, in my opinion. I'll bring in the Dismembers and Null Rods, and hopefully that just shuts the entire deck down. I'll take out the Dazes in this case. Or do I need the Dazes? It's a combo. Like, the problem is it's a combo deck with a lot of mana. And I don't think I can rely on Daze entirely. And I just want maximum creatures. 28? Maybe I'm wrong about that. Let's take out some Silvergills. We'll have some Dazes. It's just really hard to use. But Silvergill's not that great either. Null Rod? Yeah, I'm hoping that the Null... Like, they can't combo off while Null Rod's on the battlefield. So, if Ether Vial... If there's some splash damage for Ether Vial, I think I can live with that. Mulligan.
You can go one more time.
I could, or I could keep this. I guess I'm gonna keep this. And we'll pitch an island. Try to day something. I do get to go first. I could still go like Curse Catcher after I play my land, and then maybe file in a Tide Shaper if necessary. I can't remember. Did they have? I think they have Urza Saga as well. This is just another Urza Saga matchup. There we go.
Thanks to gas station boner pills, I never have to worry about a null rod.
Okay, Mox Opal. What do they have for next turn planned? Okay, so I need a land badly, or a wasteland. So any land. I pitched away a land. No! Alright. Alright, time to go to war with an Urza Saga. Oh, sweet. We get to... Oh, no. We don't get to counter the Emery. I mean, what are they trying to fool me? I guess they're trying to fool me. What's the point of the 1 mana left? I can't do anything about that. Okay, whatever. It resolves. And I'm going to hold on to the Tide Shaper. I guess they're trying to get me to use up my days. They had a mana floating. And they're going to waste it. So I'm not going to play the Tide Shaper because I really want to hit this Urza Saga or... Because you can find Grindstone, right? It's 1 mana. Booerns. Every mana matters. Every, I think, point of damage matters, so... Actually, hold on. I think at this point I'm just going to play a Tide Shaper for nothing, because I really need to just get bodies on the battlefield. I mean, hell, maybe it was appropriate to play... No, I didn't know that was not going to draw a land this turn. Okay, so Urza Saga can go find Grindstone, I think. But wasn't there any funnier ruling about Saga and its counters? Oh yeah, there's a lot of funny things about, like, Blood Moon. Removing the abilities of an Urza Saga. And then it blows up. So if you turn it into a mountain with Blood Moon, it blows up. If you turn it into an island with a Tide Shaper, it blows up. Yeah, there's the Grindstone. That's crazy. Painter is also an artifact for Emery. Yeah, we just lose. I didn't draw any of our interaction. Concede.
That's lame.
It is lame. I mulliganed to 5. I mulliganed to 6.
You need 4 null rods.
I don't know. Maybe I should have pitched the days instead of the land. Oh, that's so awkward. Being so threat light there. What's really frustrating is I've got 4 wastelands. I have 4 Tide Shapers for Urza Saga, and I couldn't answer that stupid Urza Saga. I can't remember. Did I? No, I didn't side in the Force. Was I supposed to side in Force Negation there? I don't remember. I have to look at the Painter deck. Maybe I'm supposed to side in Force Negation for... I don't know what. Because I can't counter Painter. They can tutor Grindstone onto the battlefield. I gotta look. Maybe for... I know I do want to side in Null Rod and Dismember, because you can Dismember the Painter in response, and you can also Null Rod and whole deck does nothing. Null Rod. And that's why I want to maybe put in a third Null Rod. It's good versus the Painter decks. It's good versus the 8-cast decks. And I think the Painter decks... The blue Painter deck, I think, should be a fine matchup. Because they're way weaker to Null Rod. But the red one is really hard. They've got, like, Red Elemental Blast, Pyro Blasts. They got everything. So that's a way more and they have way more ways of dumping a Grindstone into the graveyard and then reanimating it onto the battlefield. Maybe are not going to win the past games. Huh? What are you talking about? Destroy all Urza Sagas?
Legacy, everybody.
Yeah, Legacy. Who knows what would have happened if I could just win that Death and Taxes game. It was like... It was in my hands, damn it. Yeah, Emery's a traitor. Emery's a traitor. I don't know. Did anyone see any... Did we see the Power of Days in this matchup? I don't remember. I'd have to look. I play Days so much, I don't even feel this card anymore. It just does its thing for the most part. Like a lot of cards, it's poor late game. It's just a very good game 1 card. I like it very much as a game 1 card, especially on the draw, where I go like turn 1 Curse Catcher, and then turn 2 Silver Gill Adapter Trickster, then I can daze something and then replay. You know, I just replay my second land drop. It just sucks on the draw versus some like Mono Red Prison or whatever. How about how much would this deck cost to buy? A good chunk of money, because Force of Will still costs like hundreds of dollars. But if you already, and also like Cavern of Souls is expensive. Aether is very cheap though. Wasteland is about, I don't know exactly. Yeah, maybe $1,000. Null Rod is expensive. If you already play Modern Merfolk, not that expensive. If you don't play Modern Merfolk, it's a bit rough. It's a bit rough. The fact that you maybe about Old Mulligan wouldn't change the loss, by the way. You made best decision with the information you had, because what ifs won't change the outcome. Well, I mean, if I can win games that I was going to lose, I would change like the entire course of my league, right? Yeah, Null Rod. Is Null Rod the most expensive card here? I guess so. Yeah, Null Rod might be the most expensive card. And I might be getting another one. And another one. Maybe replacing a Force Negation. Maybe. You know what I don't like? I don't like having enough 1-drops on turn 1. Maybe I could remove 2 Tricksters and add like Rishton Dockhand or something. But that Dockhand seems clunky to me. I just like the idea of on the draw, play Dockhand, daze. Then on my next turn, I play a land, don't attack with Dockhand, and then maybe tap my opponent's land. I don't know. It's something maybe I should play test. Anyway, I got another month until Minneapolis. This is not the final iteration, although I have to say this is pretty close to what I'm happy with. I just could maybe test removing either some Tricksters or Curse Catchers in the deck, since they are sort of like weak and feeble cards. Who knows? Should Dockhand be Daze? I don't think so. Daze is still going to be Daze. All right, thank you very much for watching, everyone. That's going to be it for today. So I'll see you guys next time. Take care.